everybody. I'm meteorologist AJ Colby here in the Weather Center. Flash flood warnings going up last night and producing copious amounts of rainfall in parts of northeast Ohio. We're going to have a look at that. Things have quieted down, obviously, a great deal since then. And we've been enjoying more comfortable air mass that's settling in now. That's behind a cold front that went through, or it's in progress, and we'll step into some even drier air as the evening progresses. Should be a fine night for sleeping. In addition to that, we've got two more tornado touchdown reports from the National Weather Service that were not included in yesterday's stream. So I'm going to go through some of those details, and even a macro burst, which is very rare in northeast Ohio, and I would say in general. So we've got some details according to the storm survey site teams that go out, the storm teams that survey the damage from the National Weather Service from Cleveland. So all those details are forthcoming, plenty to talk about, so we shall dive right in. First of all, we're going to talk about these rainfall reports from yesterday, which were quite impressive, with copious amounts of rain, as we mentioned. Out on the east side and south of Cleveland, look at that graphic from Reminderville down through Twinsburg, Hudson, Cuyahoga Falls, Akron, Barberton, and even into Orville. Look at the rainfall according to not only ground estimates, the actual true measurements, I should say, and Doppler radar estimates as well. And the National Weather Service reporting at Hudson 6.8 inches of rain, almost 7 inches. That's over a half a foot of rain in that period of time, which were hours basically of rainfall. Millersburg 2.2 inches, 4.65 out at Portage County in Aurora. That's an impressive amount. Reminderville 5.25 inches, 4.86 Cuyahoga Falls. Barberton over 4 3/4 of an inch of rain. Cuyahoga Falls 4.5 inches. That's just because these storms that set up yesterday, while not classically severe, they would be considered severe with flash flooding, all thanks to, and I use that term loosely, the departing weather system once known as Hurricane Debbie, now of course extratropical, and those remnants pulling up to the north and east. We're going to have a look at those here as well in a moment. Let's switch over, take a live look now from the crib cam. And this is a live picture, of course, white caps out there. The lake is a cauldron. Small craft advisory, no surprise there, in effect tonight through tomorrow, with west winds at 15 to 20 knots, waves upwards of 6 feet at times. Water spouts are possible tomorrow on the lake with the relatively speaking, much cooler air mass that will settle in and produce some of those conditions necessary for water spout formation tomorrow, so boaters need to be aware of that. A bumpy ride. West winds 15 to 20 knots, and water temperature now off Cleveland is 75 degrees. All right, let's talk about the other couple tornado touchdowns that were reported according to the National Weather Service survey teams that went out. There, not only the Rocky River tornado, the one that went through Parma and Bedford, this system, this particular supercell, from Kirtland to Chesterland, in that path, originating back at 4:31 in the afternoon and lasting for 7 minutes back on the 6th. So a few days ago when the storms came through, 110-mile-an-hour winds. That is at the upper scale of an EF1 or enhanced Fujita scale, EF1 tornado, with a path length of almost 5 miles long, max width up to a couple football fields in width. So that was a pretty impressive tornado. There you can see some of the pictures that were provided. And here is the fourth confirmed tornado touchdown, the preliminary damage survey results in Richfield and Boston, starting at 4:20 and lasting for 5 minutes. That's 104-mile-an-hour winds and 3.32-mile path length, the maximum width of 105 miles. Boy, so that's a total of 4 tornadoes and 1 macro burst confirmed on the east side And there you see that the box of concern from Lyndhurst up to the lakeshore, and then following along the parallelogram there, Euclid all the way to Mentor, and then back southeast along Mayfield Road and east of Mayfield. That's a path length of 15 miles with a peak wind of 90 miles an hour. These macro bursts, if they're over 2.5 mile and 75 mile an hour peak winds, which would be more of a micro burst, this is considered a larger scale macro burst. So very impressive. Boy, this was just such a wild storm as it came through. The great news is that whole package shifting off to the east. There you see the back edge of the cloud cover from last night's convection and the cold front itself going through on satellite. The wider view showing drier air intruding from the southwest and pushing eastward with lower dew points. And now departing Debbie, heading off the east coast. That front is going to sweep it on out of here. Some very heavy rain falling right now. Kingston up to Brockville, and that whole package shifting into New England will continue to make progress off to the east, and plenty of drier air in its wake. The maps in motion showing a trough of low pressure going through overnight tonight. Should come through with relatively little, if any, fanfare whatsoever, much more than a wind shift to the west and northwest, and much lower dew points already down into the 50s in northwest Ohio. By tomorrow afternoon, there is a weak trough of low pressure that moves over Lake Superior. And while tomorrow looks dry, Sunday could start off perhaps with a brief spritz or sprinkle. This is Sunday morning, best chance for a renegade shower. And you can see that departs by Sunday afternoon, heads off toward the east. We can see the vast gush of moisture associated with Debbie on our Futurecast radar. That whole package shifts through by tomorrow afternoon. And there you see the spotty showers showing up on the Futurecast radar on Sunday early in the morning. Most of us won't see a drop. But departing are the 70-degree plus dew points, sweltering in nature. It's been feeling downright tropical the last couple days. There you can see the drier air mass settling into all of the Buckeye State. Forecast details go as follows for the rest of tonight. Partly to mostly clear, much more comfortable. The overnight low near 60. Sundown 8:34, and a west wind freshening at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a delightful day, just spectacular. 75 for a high, west winds 10 to 15. And the sunrise, I should say, is at 6:32. Here's the extended outlook now as we look at Sunday. A morning shower is possible, more like a localized spritz or sprinkle. 78 for the high, overnight lows in the 50s to near 60. That's just grand. A pleasant Monday as well with mostly sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s. We could touch 80 on Tuesday with sunshine, a little warmer. And then for Wednesday, that's the warmest day of the upcoming few, but a real nice dry period coming up with a high of 82 on Wednesday and overnight lows in the 60s. All right, everybody, have a spectacular weekend, and I appreciate you stopping by from the AJ Colby Weather Center. I am meteorologist AJ Colby, and have a great night.